Cool. So thank you for taking the time to chat with me and Silver Tiger today. So, it's been quite a long time since you were last in Australia. So 2007, big day out. How does it feel to be finally coming back?
Um, wow, it's that yeah, that's been too long. That's been way too long. I'm excited. Obviously we've been pushed back a few times, and each time has been a disappointment because I just the way that everything is unfolded, but I can completely understand safety first. So it's all happening now. It's springtime going into summer down
Yeah.
there. So I've heard good things. People are getting back out. This is going to be a great time of year to come down and enjoy the people of Australia, and you know just get back out there and have a good time, and reconnect with people. And there are no better human beings I love connecting with than the Australians. Everybody over there is so kind and generous, and it's always a good time for us. So I'm really stoked.
Do you have, or do you know many musicians, or do you have friends down in Australia that from way back when?
Yeah, yeah, but since it's been since 2007, some of those numbers might have changed.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you have any
uh,
standout memories, I guess, from the big day out session? Because it's a festival that's no longer held, so we don't really have
yeah.
that much in the ways. Does anything stand out from back then?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So much. Well, I we always enjoyed like the like the traveling community vibe that the big day out was able to put together. Everybody kind of traveled together. Bands kind of stayed in the same hotel. You'd meet somebody, in a hotel bar, or in a hotel or an airport lounge, and you get a chance to hang out with these people that you've admired, or just check out acts that you haven't had a chance to experience yet. So it was really such a unique time for us when we were able to come down there and participate in the two big day outs. And and yeah, I totally miss it. I miss the entire thing. I miss the after parties. The after parties were always really fun because that's when everybody was feeling good about themselves. Everybody was, they had a couple pints in them, and things got pretty wild. But I remember the last one, Tool was the headliner, and I got to know Justin Chancellor from a chance meeting in an airport lounge in Auckland. So we hung out for the rest of that tour, and you know I would check their show out and then run over to our stage, and then Ken and I would play, and then I turn around and I'd see a couple, I'd see Danny or Justin over to the side of the stage. So it's just that kind of vibe where everybody is loving the experience. It feels there's just a vibe that really you can't really, it's like going to camp with all your cool friends.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a like a good um yeah, like the fact that you got to travel together, that's pretty cool. That as a tour.
And also just checking out the bands. Like I remember if you the first one we went down there in 2002, and like New Order was playing, and I was a massive New Order fan, and to be able to see them perform at all the shows, and then go and check them out when they were doing the fill-in dates during the tour. And just it's like it's like going to camp, and you don't know if you're ever going to see these people again, but you enjoy the time when you have it.
That's unreal. I love that metaphor. It's really cool. Um, so you've got, 5 shows across, this tour. Is there anything you plan to do in between shows, or catch the countryside, or that sort of thing?
Yes, I have a meeting, or I have a Zoom with my tour manager, who's going to be taking care of me tomorrow. So I'm going to be planning that out. Yeah, I just want to, I just there's just so much to see, and I just want to make sure I take it all in as much as I can,
Yeah, no, that's
because
fair.
again, you just never know when you're going to have a chance to come back. That's probably, I'm sure I remember thinking in 2007, oh yeah, we'll be back, within a couple of years. And then 15 years ago, but 50, oh, it was 2009. Sorry, it was 2009. Yes,
Yeah.
2009. So again, 13 years. That's still too
Wow.
long.
That's yeah, insane when you think of that. So, in that
Absolutely.
time, you've released 4 albums as well. The Time Out's just come, sorry, the Trip Out has just come out, this year. So does that make it hard for choosing a set list, or, how do you go with, being here so long, you sort of want to cater to all your fans, old and new, when putting.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's one of these um it's yeah, I've been playing, a lot of classic stuff in my sets, and mixing in some other things that, that I'm into. But yeah, that the it's kind of just, I just for me, it's, I just want to take people, on a journey, and I just really excited about, the new material, and of course, clashing together with the classic stuff, and getting those reactions from people, and taking some requests along the way. The other night I was playing in Phoenix, and and I heard from the crowd, high roller, high roller, and I was like, oh, okay, let me cue that one up, and work it into the set. So it's really, it's really one of the, things I enjoy the most, is that opportunity to get up there and play, and I have a pretty good idea what's going to be in this set. I just kind of change things up a bit and make things interesting, and try to make it unique for that particular night.
Yeah, of course. So on that sort of, when you're doing a gig, do you prefer either a club vibe or, a bigger festival? Do you have a preference, or you get the best out of both?
I kind of prefer the focused, intimate kind of crowd.
Yeah.
That room full of people that are all there with the same, goal in mind, and they've all come together, and we've all come together in that moment, in that, in that combustible sort of space, if you will. But I mean, festivals are great because you get an opportunity to play for people that maybe weren't there to see you, so you have that opportunity to win some people over. But
Yeah.
for the most part, it's I like the intimate, venues with a great sound system, and you know uh, a solid environment where people can enjoy themselves.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you're going to have Melbourne, well, all of Australia pumping, really. I'm, Melbourne based, so hoping to
Nice.
catch up, catch you around.
Absolutely. Oh
Um,
yeah, absolutely.
But so you've been doing the Crystal Method for nearly 30 years. I think next year, or you'll be 30 in this project. Do you have anything sort of planned, or writing, or mixing anything in, in prep for this anniversary?
Yes. Yes. Yes, the first thing that we were that ever was that ever got heard, came out in 93, so that would definitely be 30 years. The first time we ever released anything, um that was 94. So I definitely have a little bit of time to figure out when the proper time to put the 30-year, necklace around it all, and enjoy that moment. But yeah, I've been really wanting to get, work together, a proper live visual thing, that takes a little bit more people, and a little bit more of, of a process, and working that out. So, and of course, just celebrating the, maybe with another, box set of vinyl and some other rarities and things like that. But it's just, it's just me now, and my partner's retired, and so I've really, been focused on, like, creating some new, material, but going forward, of course, how to bring everything together in one cohesive vibe and one cohesive set, to make sure
Yeah,
everybody has a good time.
yeah, of course. Well, 30 years is no mean feat. Like, it's a
No.
it's well done. Uh,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
so, when you're creating music, just on that sort of topic, do you have a favorite piece of equipment that you regularly use when making, like, creating your music?
Yeah, I mean, there's I don't know if I have a regular there are certain plugins and things I do within the digital world that I use a lot. But there have been favorites. Definitely the ARP 2600 comes to mind as the sort of the go-to for getting that real thick, edgy, rough around the edges sort of synth bass sounds. You'll
Yeah,
hear that. You'll hear that in like the new track off the trip out, the track called Post Punk, which is a collaboration I did with Hyper and features Iggy Pop. That has a real
yeah,
aggressive, bitey, arpeggiated synths behind it, and then going back to like
I've played
the
that one a few times.
yeah yeah yeah, that one is a lot of fun to play out. And then on the track Holy Arp from the last album, The Trip Home, that's a little different sort of version
Yeah,
of what the arp can do. Real sultry and silky and kind of off and distorted, and again just real powerful analog semi-modular synthesizer that's our been in the family for a long time, and it's been on many albums including the last one.
yeah, that's really cool. Like, musos have a favorite guitar, favorite synth. So it's
Yeah.
all there in each sort of project. But so, seeing as you've been doing Crystal Method for so long, do you have any sort of side projects, or you're wanting to collaborate with anyone that you sort of haven't had a chance to yet?
Yeah, I've done a few things with my friend Justin Chancellor from Tool. We've got a little side project called Bandwidth, but
Cool.
we've done a Foles remix. I think it was credited just as Justin Chancellor because at the time we didn't realize that when we come up with a side project, we have to register it all, and all the different, especially when it comes to a remix. So, but yeah, we've done a couple things, and we have a couple things planned for the future. He's got a new project out that's a side project for him and a really talented artist out of Poland called Empty Void. So I'll probably be doing something with them. It's like I've done a couple things outside of the Crystal Method. I've done a couple things that started outside of the Crystal Method and then eventually kind of worked their way over to the TCM's release schedule. So I'm my biggest goal is to work with people that are kind and enthusiastic and creative and are into the process. So
Yeah, that's really cool.
anyone who comes along who fits that description, I'm down.
That's unreal. So I guess, sort of just lastly, what are your essentials that you take on tour with you when you're traveling these days? Do you have, books, games, what's the essential Scott thing?
An eye mask, that's for sure. You never know when you can catch a few minutes of sleep. I definitely have quite a collection, a little bag of different hot sauces because
Oh,
I like
cool.
spicy stuff. So just in case if I come across a meal that just doesn't have enough bite, I can reach into my backpack and pull that out. And just I've got my favorite headphones and my most of the time when I'm traveling, if I'm on an airplane, I'm trying to sleep. So
Yeah. No,
but
fair.
yeah, but it's I do appreciate any opportunity to get some rest and so I kind of create a little scenario of that will bring some things, head pillow, night mask, and a couple other things that will to help me relax and get as much sleep as I possibly can whenever I can.
That's fair enough. And, touring artist world. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with me and Silver Tiger, as I said. So, I hope
Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate it.
I hope
We'll
you
hang out. We'll
sorry.
we'll you will hang out when please look me up, hit me up through Instagram or through my email,
Yeah.
skmethod@mac.com.
Yep.
And give me your info so we can be sure to hang out when I'm in town.
Yeah, will do. Thank you. It's much appreciated. Travel safe.
Absolutely. I'll see you soon.
Sounds good. Catch
Cheers.
you later.
Cheers.